By now, anytime you see a triangle with two angles, automatically figure out what the third angle is. Even if you don't know where that's headed, that's a good idea. Which shows the distances between from least to greatest. I recommend underlining everything when you get your quiz or your test for the next week and a half. Slow yourself down. These problems don't take very long, but if you rush through them, you'll miss out on details. Small angle. Look on the sideboard. Small angles are opposite small sides. Big angles are opposite big sides. So I look to the opposite side of the triangle. I can label this as my short side. That's LJ, which rules out a couple of choices. And this is my big angle. That's got to be opposite a big side. That's JK. Choice J. Look right. Does my procedure look correct? Big opposite big, short and small opposite each other. Which pipe lengths could be joined to form a triangle? Raise your hand, tell me which one makes sense and why does it make sense. Megan. B? What are the two smaller sides? So we take 5 and 12, that adds up to 17. Is 17 bigger than the remaining side? When you say yes to that, you're saying yes to can it be joined? Don't go in order. I got too many people just looking at the first two. Look at the two smallest sides. And that's choice B. Question 3. Which statement is always true? Raise your hand, Cameron. H. And in fact, that's what we wrote down when we did our triangle inequality notes. We did an inequality where we took two sides and made sure that they were greater than the remaining side. Everything else doesn't make sense. We got H. If you don't have a drawing, might be a good idea to make a drawing. I have to lay things out and draw pictures in order to think through things. Some people can visualize all of this and they don't have to worry about that. When I see C less than B less than A, I think specifics. So I'm going to automatically put in 50, 60, and 70 just to give me an example to look at. And I know 50, 60, 70 always adds up to 180, so it's a nice round grouping of angle measures to use. B is 60, C is 50. So those measures match up with the inequality given. Now I can figure out short and big just like I did over here. AB must be the short side. That's 70, that's across from BC, that must be the long side. This is showing from small to big. So AB was small, that rules out this. BC was the largest, so that rules out that. Your answer is F. How many people made a drawing? How many people just did this? They saw that C was the small angle. What are the two letters that are left over? AB. If B is the next one, the two leftover letters are AC. If A is the next one, the other two letters are BC. Could have done it that way. Question 5 doesn't look for a list, it just wants to know the least measure. 15 is the small side. Z must be the small measure. Which choice is that?
D.
D. We're looking for a vertex that is Z, if we're looking at 3 letters at once. Pay close attention to details like words like not.
I didn't.
Raise your hand, tell me which of these 4 choices could this not be? Francisco. Which one? F. F works. If you look back at number 2, if it works, then the 2 small sides are greater than. So we want something where it's not greater than. Julia? Jay? Let's take a look. 2 small sides are 12 and 20. That's 32. Is 32 bigger than 35? No, it is not. That was the case where the 2 sides didn't meet each other. Next page. Another not situation. Which of these does not form a triangle? Mister C. 4 plus 5 is 9. Is 9 greater than 9? No, it's equal. That was the case where... I don't know which one of these it is.
Is this supposed to one?
I don't think I have one here. But it still collapses on itself. That was choice C. Number 8 is a straightforward one. Small to large. Small opposite small. Big opposite big. The choice is F. Be careful. On the test, on the quiz, you might see large to small. Pay attention to directions. Number 9 does not have a picture. It doesn't matter where you place your points. There's only 3 of them. 6, 7, 5. 5 is small, so A is small, but it doesn't mention anything about A. 7 is big, so C is the largest. That is mentioned. That's choice B. Please don't break the safety compasses. Once again, number 10, we have 2 angles. Automatically determine the missing angle so that we can figure out the relationship of the sides. This is least to greatest. Small one, or short side, is AB. The only one with AB at the beginning looks like C. Does that look correct? Number 11. 7 is small, therefore R is small, and that's choice H. Question 12. Don't freeze up when you see a lot of words. Everybody in here knows how to read. When you see word problems, that's good because you're being given way more information than you would in a regular problem, or the exact same information. We've got 2 sides. That was this case, where the 2 sides could form a very obtuse triangle or a very narrow triangle. You don't know what side AC is. What should I be doing with 558 and 650? Add? 650 plus 558 is 1208. What else should I do with them? 650 minus 558, that's 92. Normally, we might write it this way, as an inequality. That's exactly what H is saying, between 92 and 1208. Class 2, yet another not situation. That would be choice G. This is close, but 9 is equal to 9. That's not enough. 14. Let's pretend that we don't have this, and we don't have this, and we don't have any of this. If it was just 10 and 12, you would do this the same exact way we did number 12. What did we do in number 12? Add and subtract. If I do that for number 14, I get 2. If I make this missing side x, we would get this inequality. That's if we didn't have the 50 degrees and the 60 degrees and didn't have these multiple choices. That's just a boundary situation. That's just an interval. Because we now have new information added onto that, we can narrow the interval. If that's 50 and that's 60, what's angle B? 70. Now I can start ranking my sides. If 70 is the biggest angle, what is 12? Biggest side. Think about what that means. Can anything be bigger than 12 in this triangle? So does 22 even have any meaning? What's the smallest side? 10. Short side. So can anything else in the triangle be shorter than 10? So 2 has no meaning. We've reduced a 2 to 22 range down to 10 and 12, which is choice B. So if you've got more information, you can reduce your options and your interval. Question 12. We did not have any angle information, so we could only say it was someplace between 92 and 1208. 14, we had the angle information, so we could narrow it down a little bit more.